Hey man, say man, what's up, y'all? Thank y'all for joining me for another episode of This of the Asia You Can't Whoop Me edition. When y'all get in here, go ahead and like the video, share the video, and make sure that you subscribe to the YouTube channel. I definitely need y'all to subscribe to the YouTube channel because Facebook be tripping like a motherfucker. I'm in Facebook jail right now as we speak, and Instagram trying to get me too. So make sure that y'all subscribe to the YouTube channel. That way you won't miss when I go live. We're gonna keep it real cool over here on YouTube. So, anyways, speaking of YouTube, it's been a lot going on in these YouTube streets lately. One of the biggest YouTubers is in court right now with Cardi B. If y'all do not know, Tasha K, from Unwind with Tasha K, that breaks a whole bunch of salacious stories or whatnot. I watch her from time to time because she can be entertaining, but all at the same time, it has been things that have come out that have shown that she has actually lied sometimes in some of the stories that she break exclusively, right? So if y'all do not remember, I think it was back in like 2018, 2019, one of her biggest shows that she ever had was the one where she had one of Cardi B's alleged friends, Star Marie. She had this lady named Star Marie onto her show, and Star Marie was claiming that she was Cardi B's roommate at one point, and Cardi B used to keep a box full of monostat and everything for STDs or whatnot. And Tasha K was saying that Cardi B had herpes. So it was this big thing about, oh Lord, oh, so I'm flying around here. So I just came from outside, so some probably follow me or what. If I get bit, it's on y'all. So anyway, this huge story about Cardi B supposed to be having herpes, right? I remember this like it was yesterday because it was a hot mess. This went on for a long length of time. Now here's the thing, y'all. I still can't figure out for the life of me why Tasha K was so adamant about dragging Cardi B. Cardi B never did anything to her. I have never even seen a case where a vlogger or YouTuber, whatever you want to call us, I've never seen a case where someone was like in court or anything with the actual celebrity. Of course, when we have platforms like this, we do get onto the internet and we talk about what's trending and what's going on in the media, what's already out there. Like I'm gonna talk about what's already out there. I'm not about to just come and just start telling somebody business exclusively, especially something about they have STDs or whatever. That's breaking all types of HIPAA laws. I don't know what will possess anyone to make their content about someone having an STD. That's not cool to me, but that's what actually happened. So I still, for the life of me, do not understand what Cardi B actually did to Tasha K to make her drag her the way that she was dragging her. Now, I do know that it was a thing where Cardi B decided not to go on Tasha K's show to clear up some rumors and things. And I think she probably got a little pissed about that. That's like the same thing that she did to Derrick Jackson. You remember when she broke the story about Derrick Jackson cheating on his wife in the helmet of Christ or whatever? A lot of that has something to do with him actually coming on her show or not. So I really don't know what that's about. And it's ridiculous that it has gotten to this point, but she dragged that lady for filth. And yeah, if anybody know me, they know I love me some Cardi B. You hear me? I love me some Cardi B. I don't care what nobody say. I don't care what nobody think about it. Bitch can't whoop me. You know what I'm saying? I love Cardi B. I like to see, her. I was watching her back when she had the crooked teeth and she was on Vines and Instagram and things like that before Love and Hip Hop and all of that. So I actually got to see someone really come from rags to riches. Somebody that had to get it out the mud. And the thing is, Tasha K has had to do the same thing. She came from nothing as well, and she's a very successful YouTuber at this point. I don't know how she actually quantifies her success. I don't know. Some people might say it's not successful because your success came from salacious stories that weren't true a lot of times. So some people might say that, like that's really not successful or whatever. I wouldn't want to gain any notoriety or publicity or anything like that with relinquishing my integrity and putting out things that are not true and actually sticking to it. And it's one thing if you put something out there and you have heard something through the grapevine and you say, hey, this is allegedly or something like that. But when you try to push a story as if it is true, without a shadow of a doubt, that's a whole nother thing to me. It has gotten to the point, if y'all been following this case any, it had got to a point where Cardi B was actually ordered to do a blood test to prove that she didn't have herpes. Come to find out, she doesn't have herpes or whatnot. And that was crazy that she had to do all of that. Cardi B also took the stand. And a lot of people were saying that they felt like Cardi B shouldn't have taken the stand. But Cardi B has actually taken the stand, right? And according to what I have been hearing, it has helped her because she was very emotional and everything, and people was like, well, Cardi B, she hard, she from the Bronx, she's supposed to be a gangster and all of that, but she on the stand crying. And she actually said that when she was going through that with Tasha K, when all of that stuff was breaking and there was these lies about her having herpes, Cardi B actually said that she contemplated suicide. She no longer wanted to be here. And a lot of people didn't understand it. Imagine you being a young woman. Only thing you want to do is get up out your situation. You grinding and everything. People don't understand that, like, when just because somebody have money and just because somebody is famous now, that don't make them immune to BS. That don't mean that their feelings just go away and they're not human anymore. We got to get out of that. If anything, you might become a little bit more sensitive because all of these people are watching you now. Like your insecurities and everything may become heightened. It's real. Like I'm just really starting out and doing this YouTubing, right? I have so many people that come to me, like it will blow your mind at how people would just watch your videos and they jump in the comments or they sending you emails and they talking about you. Bitch, I just got on this motherfucker. I just landed. You hear me? I just landed, but I got people that's telling me, oh, you need to push back from the dinner table. That's why I'm in Facebook jail right now, and I almost went to Instagram, because I'm the type of person, I'm gonna cuss your ass back out. You get what I'm saying? Like I don't be mad at, it was certain things. I didn't like the fact that Cardi B would just snap at everything. She don't care. She's very, very sensitive. She'll snap at everything. I'm like one of those people that you're not about to handle me no type of way. It ain't a sensitive thing with me. It ain't that you done hurt my feelings. It's that you got me fucked up. You get what I'm saying? And so if y'all watching somebody, you might be thinking, oh, you supposed to just take it. It's kind of like, y'all know how, say for instance, when people call customer service, they be cussing. Like if you receive a bill or whatever, it's more than what it's supposed to be. You done called and cussed out the representative on the phone like that's not a human, whatever. I work in customer service. You can ask anybody that hear me on the phone. I'm going right back off on your ass. You know what I'm saying? Because if you want me to respect you, then you need to respect me. I'm all for defending myself, and people was trying to make it seem like, oh, Cardi B shouldn't respond. Cardi B should just choke it. She got all of this money. She still have feelings at the end of the day. Money don't buy you happiness, and money don't make you immune to BS. Now you could get to yourself and you could decide, hey, you know what, I'm up here, you down there, bitch. I'm not finna get off of my chariot to throw peanuts with you or whatever the case may be. That's not what we're doing today. But sometimes you be having time to get in somebody's ass for coming at you. And then too, y'all have to understand when the stuff was going on and Cardi B was being dragged for allegedly having herpes, where we find out she don't have herpes. When all of that stuff was going on, she had posted a picture. If y'all remember, she had a picture or whatever kissing her baby, and they were like, oh, you giving your baby herpes. Why are you kissing your baby? Like, this is innocent picture of you and your child. You get what I'm saying? And people are dragging you for kissing your child over a lie. You already, my thing is this. I don't care about you talking about me. Anything somebody got to say, I could give a fuck less about you talking about me, right? As long as you're telling the truth. Don't lie on me. And I think that's the thing with Cardi B. Like, if you're gonna tell the truth, if it's something that really happened and you're gonna put it out there and you finna drag me for that, that's absolutely okay, because that's the truth and I stand in my truth. But you're not finna be out here just making up stuff and I just supposed to chop it up and just be like, oh, okay, you know, I'm a celebrity and going on about my business. No, at some point a person will snap. And these people on the internet, they do a little bit too much. I don't like this whole anti-bullying, anti-harassment thing to an extent, because like people will say something slick to you and it seems like when you clap back and you cuss them the fuck out, then all of a sudden your page getting flagged. And that's the bad thing with it, because it's these nobody ass people that be having something to say about you, right? You respond back to them, then all of a sudden you losing money. Your page getting flat. I need my YouTube. I need my Facebook. I need my Instagram, because I'm doing something on here. You get what I'm saying? I'm not just on social media, you know, playing around and, you know, don't have a life and saying bullshit to people. You get what I'm saying? I'm on here working. So I need that. You get what I'm saying? But all at the same time, while I'm working or whatever, I don't need nobody coming and having all this foolishness to say to me or whatever the case may be, because you don't have to watch my content. You can watch somebody else that you gravitate towards. Don't be watching people that you have a problem with and then you just trying to drag them or whatever. I watch people that I don't like. And the reason why is because I don't have certain sources. You know what I'm saying? So I do get information from other people or whatever the case may be. But you'll never find me in that comment section talking shit about them. You know what I'm saying? Because I know that I'm watching you because like you're giving me information that I need, that I can bring to my channel for content or whatever the case may be. Because I'm not finna go and do a private investigation and start just digging up people dirt or whatever the case may be. I'm gonna let you do it, and then hey, I'll come back and follow up behind you on it. That's just what it is. If I just so happens to want to talk about something that's in the media, that's what the hell I'm gonna do. You get what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna say if you don't like a person, don't watch a person. But if you don't like a person and you watching them, then shut the fuck up, because you know you're gonna be triggered anyway because you watching somebody that you don't like. You know what I'm saying? If you got a problem with my ass being fat or whatever the case may be, and you feel like you need to come in the comments and tell me how my fat ass need to pull back from the table and all this and how much I eat and all that or whatever the case may be, quit watching a fat motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm going to be fat for a while. You heard me? It didn't happen overnight. It ain't gonna change overnight. You know what I'm saying? I can stand to lose a couple of pounds or whatever the case may be. But as of right now, bitch, you probably got about another 6 months to a year for my ass to be fat. So if you triggered by a big motherfucker, then go on about your business, because that's just what it is. Because what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna risk it all and cuss your stupid ass the fuck out, and then I'm gonna be in Facebook jail. I'm gonna be in Instagram jail. Probably get put. See, I don't have that type of. I haven't gotten to that point where I have that type of that type of pullback where I could get to playing with somebody and let somebody play in my face. And I think that's the same thing it is with Cardi B. Like, yeah, I'm Cardi B, like I'm that bitch, but all at the same time, you're not finna keep on playing with me with some BS. You're not finna start lying on me. that's where we finna have a problem. You're not finna feel like you could just sit here and completely bully me, and then considering the fact that I haven't done anything to you, nothing to you. I'm sitting up here minding my celebrity business, and you're dragging me for absolutely no reason, making up shit. And the killing thing is, Tasha K actually admitted to lying. She admitted that, she knew it wasn't true, but it helped her with her clicks. It helped her with her views. And, now she's at 1 million subscribers or whatever the case may be. And, I watch her. You know what I'm saying? From time to time, I watch her. And some of the stuff I do like. You get what I'm saying? But I don't like that. You get what I'm saying? Somebody need to check her on it. And apparently, according to what's going on in the court, her husband basically threw her up under the bus and was like, he kind of like tried to separate himself from it because he's the producer and all this old kind of stuff or whatever. So really, she really don't have anybody to check her. She's like full of herself. And I understand sometimes you could get to a point where you feel like, you the top of the echelon and what it is that you do or whatever. And she is. She's fired. Her growth as far as her channel and everything, it is dope. She got an app, all that kind of stuff that's going on. That's dope as hell or whatever. But all at the same time, none of us are above reproach. You know what I'm saying? None of us are above being told, hey, you know what? That's doing a little bit too much. Let's not do it this way. Because the fact that you have that talent, the fact that you have that voice, the fact that people gravitate towards you or whatever the case may be, and you got where you were going, don't let that greed or whatever make you feel like you have to rush to the top of the ladder or whatever, and you relinquish your integrity. Because the more and more you climb up and the higher you get, you know what I'm saying, the harder you fall. So I didn't feel like any of that was okay. The fact that, those lies were being told, because I knew that they were lies when they were actually being told, And so now it's not looking too good for Tasha K. I mean, the people are coming out and they saying that Tasha K taking the stand and she is, tripping over her words, having them to repeat things, all this whole kinds of stuff. And I think she's probably just, I kind of feel like what is happening is it ain't fun and funny no more. So she probably was thinking, Cardi B, she's a superstar. Cardi B, she's not finna sue me. She's not finna do all of that. She just want to give me gag orders and all that and tell me to be quiet and all this old kind of stuff. I'm going to keep on popping my shit. Not thinking Cardi B is going to really take it there, I wonder how she's feeling as a woman sitting across from another woman that ain't did nothing to you. And you done put both of y'all in court on some BS. You know what I'm saying? And having that girl on the stand crying and having to hear how you actually made somebody feel that hadn't did anything to you. I would hope as a woman I hope she has some type of heart that maybe it's doing something to her and make her feel like, damn, I fucked up. I probably feel like she probably want to give her a huge apology that's not going to be accepted. But at that point, to know that you caused this unnecessary pain and suffering to somebody, you know what I'm saying? And people to this day call Cardi B Herpy B and all this old kind of stuff, And I think that, Tasha K probably is looking like, damn, you know what I'm saying? I'm really sorry for this. I would hope so. I don't know. Because she'll hop back on Instagram and act like she don't care. She done hopped in Storm Monroe business or whatever. And I didn't understand that. I'm gonna talk about that real quick too before I get to the Nicki Minaj situation. This thing with I watched Storm Monroe. I watch just about everybody. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is I never really understood the cattiness, the back and forth thing with YouTubers. I never really understood that because I'm like, damn, how y'all getting into it? And y'all supposed to be doing content. How you getting into it with somebody else? You get what I'm saying? That's on YouTube. How y'all falling out? Like, get the money. What the fuck is wrong with y'all? You get what I'm saying? And I'm saying this thing, it was just kind of weird to me. And it only reason why I'm speaking about this is because of the Cardi thing. I remember when Storm Monroe was doing the interview and everything with Jaguar Wright. And it was this thing where Tasha K kind of pretty much inserted herself in that. It's like she be trying to little boy and little girl the people who be working with her. You know what I'm saying? Like, she always come out and make sure she tried to assert herself as the big dog. You get what I'm saying? I didn't really like the way that she was talking about the Storm Monroe situation, where she was like, "Dear Storm," and started talking about the situation with Von Ray and Chelsea and all of that, and just trying to really talk to them, talk about the situation like they some little ass kids or something, you know. I think in that particular case, because all of this had everything to do with Storm and Chelsea and Von Ray, allow that man to come out if he want to say something. Allow Chelsea to come out if she want to say something. Like, you can't control these people to that extent. You know, you went and started telling Storm business about where he stay at now and all this old kind of stuff and all of that or whatever. That was strange to me. You know, like, that's really strange. And I would never want to get into like a position where I feel as though everybody around me is beneath me. And it might feel good, but at the end of the day, to the idea of, you know what I'm saying, you being up here, whatever, that might feel good, but at the end of the day, that's a lonely place to be at. That's a real lonely place to be at, because after a while, people not gonna want to fuck with you. And then people probably say they don't care about people wanting to fuck with them or not, but don't know, people don't like just to be alone. I'm an introvert. You know, believe it or not, I don't like being alone. I like being around the people I like being around, but I like being around people to some extent. I don't Nobody wants to be just completely lonely. Humans are not like that. You know what I'm saying? We're not made to just be alone. And it can get like that when people are only cool with you because they feel like, if I be cool with you, that'll keep you from spraying me. They really not genuine in dealing with you, because they only close to you because they feel like, well, if I'm not close to you, then it's a fear thing. They don't respect you, they fear you. You know what I'm saying? They're not being your friends or being cool with you because they have a respect. They being cool because they fear what the fuck you gonna say if they're not. It's the same thing like when she was dragging Lovely T and telling all of her damn medical businesses and all of that. It's just it's crazy. It's crazy. I don't know how this is going to play out with the Tasha K versus Cardi B thing. I don't know how that's going to play out as far as how it's going to look in the future for YouTubers and bloggers. Like, what can you talk about? What can you share? What can you say? Type of thing. Because I definitely feel like Cardi B is going to win this case. You know what I'm saying? And it's not that I have a problem with Tasha K or anything like that, because I don't have a feeling towards Tasha K. You get what I'm saying? As a person. The reason why I don't have a feeling towards Tasha K as a person, and that's just like with anybody who does certain things. Like, I don't know the person. You get what I'm saying? I know the YouTuber. I don't know the person, so I can't have a feeling towards. You do what it is that you feel like you need to do, that's necessary for you to do your job. And this is what you feel like your job is. So if somebody doing anything that they feel like this is what their job is, or whatever the case may be, I can't necessarily have a feeling towards this person as a person, but I can say some of the content and some of the ways of going about doing the job, I feel like it could just be done a better way. You know, it don't have to be so salacious to where you have people contemplating suicide because of something you done put out. You get what I'm saying? So that's the type of person I am when it comes to that. So it's not a thing where I just want Cardi B to win because there's an issue with Tasha K. There's not an issue with Tasha K. But my thing is, And two, I think about, hey, do I really want Cardi? I'm thinking on the emotional side, yeah, because you lied on this girl, yeah, I want her to win. But also, I think about how would it be damaging for YouTubers if Cardi B did win? You know what I'm saying? We probably be thinking about it from a moral standpoint and having our emotions employed when we're thinking about it. But we got to consider what is that going to look like in the future for YouTubers? You know what I'm saying? If Cardi B does win. So I don't know how that's gonna look. So I ain't just like on one side completely versus the other side, because it could be damaging for, you know, my future on YouTube. If Cardi B were to win, because we don't know what type of bylaws or anything that's gonna end up being in place in a case like this, because we haven't seen anything like this before. You get what I'm saying? So we'll see. We'll see. Um, I'm gonna get into this Nicki Minaj story. Before I get into Nicki Minaj story, I'm gonna read a couple of these comments or whatever. I don't want to ignore y'all. Brandon said, "Peace, Deasia, first live." Hey, Brandon, girl, I'm glad you're here. And she said, "Good point, more censorship." Exactly. Glad you're here, girl. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. But anyway, speaking of, and this is another thing. It seemed like Tasha K really tried to befriend Nicki Minaj because of the Cardi, you know, the issue she was having with Cardi B, which she created an issue with Cardi B, which is crazy. But anyway, so y'all know that Nicki Minaj's husband, he had did time for sexual assault to the lady named Jennifer Hough, or whatever her name is, right? So Jennifer got with the attorney. What's that attorney name? Tyrone Blackburn, I think. That nigga is a snake. You know what I'm saying? That's the same attorney that was who's these people? T.I. and Tiny. Y'all remember when T.I. and Tiny was going through that stuff? I think that was the same attorney that the girl had done got, that was trying to drag T.I. and Tiny, whatever. I forgot the girl that had started all that mess with T.I. and Tiny. But that was the same attorney, and then they didn't win the case or whatever the case may be. So anyway, Jennifer Hough was sitting up here saying that Nicki Minaj was harassing her and trying to offer her money and try and bribe her to get her to recant her story about Kenneth Petty, which is Nicki Minaj's husband, actually sexually assaulting her, or whatever the case may be. And so they done took Nicki Minaj to court trying to sue her. I think they were trying to sue for 20 million or something like that, or whatever the case may be. So now these people that did all of that didn't have any evidence. The girl, Jennifer Hough, she done dismissed the charges. She done dropped them. And I was just like, what you even go through all of that for? And I think it was that attorney trying to get some money. I think these people was trying to extort Nicki Minaj for real, because they didn't have a case at all. They tried to extort Nicki Minaj, and it didn't work. I really feel like Tasha K probably was trying to extort Cardi B, because she had been asked to take the videos down. She won't take the videos down. She won't try and sue Cardi B for money, whatever. I think she felt like she had some type of fighting chance, or whatever the case may be, and maybe she'll settle in court or whatever. And I think it's the same thing with but Cardi B said, "Nah, bitch, we finna take this shit to trial." I think it's the same thing with Nicki Minaj and Jennifer Hough. They probably thought Nicki Minaj gonna settle. Nah, bitch, we taking it to trial. You know what I'm saying? These folks is tired of people playing, you know, so they had to go ahead and drop it or whatever. Now, I will go on record and say this. I still feel like Nicki Minaj is trash because of what she was doing earlier in the situation with Jennifer Hough or whatever. And it's just so disheartening, because Nicki Minaj, Nicki Minaj is another person that I really don't understand her. Like, I don't, I like her music. I don't really get her as a person, you know what I'm saying? Because it's like she's always kind of in character or something to me or whatever. It's like I can't feel the real person or whatever. But I feel like she was trash for um kind of standing in a gap in everything, going on to Queen Radio, talking about the case with Kenny Petty, talking about, trying to make it seem like the lady was a white girl and all this old kind of stuff and trying to deny what happened or whatever. I feel like you wasn't there. You don't have any right to be speaking on the situation that had absolutely nothing to do with you. You don't know what happened. You could just be quiet and stay about it. And you got too large of a platform to be speaking on it. And now you got people, your fans and stuff, trying to find this lady or whatever. And all of this happened because yo Curly's ass husband, he decided he finna not register as a sex offender. And now y'all done sit here and done pulled this lady about the day. Like, all of a sudden now people bothering this lady because of a mishap, because of something that your husband didn't do. He didn't take care of his business. Now here y'all come putting out Jennifer Hough business, and now the fans tracking her down, fucking with her, whatever the case might be. Now, something like that, I feel like at that point, if Jennifer Hough would have came at that angle or whatever the case may be, because she probably wanted to lay low and stay in the dark. If she wanted to come at that angle, I would have bought that up. You know what I'm saying? How about when you was on your radio show, Miss Lady, and you was bringing my name up and you was speaking on our situation like you knew what you were talking about? And I feel like, you know what, I done had to deal with emotional distress. I've done had to move a couple of times. I would have came with the pain and suffering, emotional distress angle when it came to that. Now, I feel like if she would have came that direction, I'm sure she probably would have had a case at that particular point. But this stuff that Tyrone Blackburn and got his retarded ass up there and try, well, I don't think you could say retarded on YouTube, so scratch that. But his mentally challenged ass up there, you know what I'm saying, and try and extort this lady for this money or whatever, and you done ran with him. Now you make what you almost got me side eyeing you. Maybe you was lying. You get what I'm saying? So why even put yourself through that? People be too quick for trying to do a money grab. My thing is this: you can't miss what you ain't never had. You get what I'm saying? Once you have a certain, if you could take care of your bills, you could live comfortably or whatever the case may be. You ain't really out here hurting for nothing or whatever the case may be. You could pay your bills or whatever. You don't need all that damn money. You don't need a whole shitload of money to actually live. It's ridiculous. Like, nobody needs to really be a billionaire. Like, for what? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's only so much. It's only so much you could do with the money besides end up becoming a crackhead, because that's what a lot of them do. Once you got so much money, you done did everything, seen everything. The only thing to do next is just fucking become a crackhead. And that's the reason why you see all these celebrities on these drugs or whatever, because they ain't got nothing else to do but to get high, get out their mind, and have these distorted sense of realities or whatever, get the hallucinating and all this old kinds of stuff, because it ain't nothing else to do. You know what I'm saying? It ain't nothing else to do but to get high and fuck off money and do stupid, dumb shit that they do. So if you notice, a lot of people, once they get a whole bunch of money, guess what they start doing? Bullshit. Because you don't need all that money. It ain't nothing else to do. Like, nobody needs to be a billionaire for real. So these people sitting up here doing trying these quick money grabs or whatever, you ain't doing nothing but causing more stress in your life. And you causing more stress in your life than the little money that you got now can even pay for. You get what I'm saying? So, like, all of this stuff, taking people to court. We live in this society. It's so happy. We gonna take you to court for any and everything, bitch. I ain't taking nobody to court for nothing unless I slip and fall. Now, I be waiting to go into one of these stores and they don't put that slippery while wet sign down. Now, I will, you know what I'm saying, take a tumble. Now, I get that money real quick. You know what I'm saying? Don't let me see now piece of water on the flow. You know what I'm saying? I'm finna go ahead and catch a slip real quick. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, just a actual person, that's grinding, that's out here trying to make their money or whatever the case may be. I ain't finna do that. Even when I would steal or something like that back in the day, I don't steal no more. But even when I never would steal from nobody house or no person or whatever the case may be. I've been and took some shit about the stove quick. But I'm not finna go with nobody. I'm not finna steal from a person. Like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Like, now, you wouldn't have ran into a store and you done came out or whatever. I mean, that's a whole totally different story. But not no person. You ain't got to do all that or whatever. Because everybody, you know what I'm saying, they doing what they feel like it's necessary to take care of their family or whatnot. Shamor said, I believe Tyrone Blackburn manipulated Jennifer into thinking she could win the case. That's exactly what I said. So his name is Tyrone Blackburn. That's exactly what I said. If you probably just got on here or whatever, but you show right, girl, because that man is crazy as hell. That man right there is slow. That was the same man. And if you remember that, drop down in the comments and confirm that for me, because I don't want to be telling the wrong information. If I'm not mistaken, that was that same attorney, that lady that was trying to go after T.I. and Tiny. Wasn't he the same one that I forgot what that lady name was, that was going after T.I. and Tiny, and they ended up didn't get nowhere with their case or whatever. That was that same dude. He be out here trying to, I believe that was the same dude. That man is on a whole bunch of bullshit. He be out here trying to come after these celebrities and extort money from these celebrities or whatever. And Jennifer, she's slow as hell. She looks slow. You know what I'm saying? When she's sitting up there on the reel like this right here. And I did feel sorry for her or whatever the case may be. But you got to be slow as all get out for you to get with this dude and feel like you finna get $20 million and you know you lying. Come on now. And what type of attorney is he? He ought to lose his license. I don't be trying to take food out of nobody's mouth or whatever, but I really do feel like for all the BS he done been caught up in, he ain't had no legitimate case since I've been hearing his name. I really do feel like he needs to lose his license. You said, yeah, okay, so that was the same dude. Yeah, he need to lose his license because he be on BS too much for him to still be able to practice. Shamor said he's a scammer. Definitely a scammer. Like, and people probably be looking at the case and they probably be looking at, you know what I'm saying? Because I ain't gonna even tell no lie. When I had this show and I had dragged Nicki I dragged Nicki because I felt like she shouldn't have inserted herself in the beginning or whatever. And people might look at the situation and be like, well, I'm gonna tell you something. I'm with Nicki on this right here. Even though Nicki said something about the situation and she shouldn't have, I get it because that's her husband and people was dragging her for being with the man in the first place. So she probably felt like in order for her to not look so crazy in the media for dealing with this man that has been accused of sexual assault, let me, come out and say, no, he really didn't do it or whatever, and kind of like talk about this woman's character. So I get that or whatever the case may be. But also, I understand Nicki too with, you know what I'm saying? Hold on, bitch. Don't be trying to come after me now because I ain't got nothing to do with that. And I know it's probably double tongue or whatever the case may be, but now, like, you can't be trying to come after me for something, because I ain't the one that did it. So I get Nicki on that. Like, nah, we finna go to trial on this because you're not finna play with my character when it comes to that. And I feel that, because Nicki was on record and everybody heard her say something about it, that kind of like cracked the door open a little bit where they could kind of like build this false narrative and kind of feel like they have some type of case or whatever the case may be. But I'm glad it was dismissed. I'll put it like that. I'm glad it was dismissed. I hope this lady get the proper healing get the proper help, get the proper therapy that she needs. I really wish she would just kind of pretty much like go away, because I really don't need you to be famous and be a celebrity because you done got sexually assaulted. I don't feel like other women who have experienced something like that. I've never experienced such a traumatic event to that extent, how she was saying. I feel like because it's a woman that is going through all of these legal changes and everything in the media or whatever, and they people could see how other women who have been a victim can see how this lady is being dragged and all of this, and maybe feeling like she's not being handled with a certain level of tender love and care, or whatever the case may be. I feel like that could probably be traumatizing for other women who have experienced something like that to actually have to witness. So y'all, they need to stay out the media playing, because it's not a joke. You get what I'm saying? Because now you're probably traumatizing other women who have experienced sexual assault for real. And I'm not gonna say she didn't experience it for real, but if it was real to you, and it hurt you so bad, and everything that you said is true, then you wouldn't be playing with it. It would mean more to you than for you to be sitting up here playing and trying to extort somebody that didn't stick their dick in you for some money. Cause Nicki Minaj ain't stuck nail strap in your ass. You get what I'm saying? She ain't pinch your titty or nothing. That lady ain't touched you. But you running after her for some money, so it make your whole case look bad. You get what I'm saying? And you need to cut it out. But anyway, y'all, I'm gonna keep watching as much as these stories that I possibly can, because at this point I'm really tired of all of these girls fighting. You know, I don't get it. You know what I'm saying? I wish this Tasha K and Cardi B situation, I want that to go ahead and hurry up and end. I want Cardi B to get back to doing what she loved, enjoying her family and everything like that. I want Tasha K to get back to doing what she loved, enjoying her family, her success. She done hit the 1 million subscribers, all of that. Man, it's time out for the BS. You get what I'm saying? Like, leave all of that alone, because guess what? You ain't got to fight nobody else to eat out here. Look at goddamn Tabitha Brown. That lady successful as hell. That lady became successful from eating a vegan sandwich. You get what I'm saying? And only thing she be talking about is love and light. She ain't beefing with nobody. No pun intended. You know she a vegan. She ain't beefing with nobody. But look at her. Just as successful and even more successful than a Tasha K that's sitting up and feeling like I gotta drag people, I gotta come up with lies in order for me to be successful. You ain't gotta do that. You ain't gotta fight with nobody. Like, we feel like we got this poverty stricken mentality, and we have seen cases where people who be caught up in BS become successful, and so we feel like that's the formula to success. We don't have to do that in order. We ain't gotta be at each other's neck in order to eat out here, and it's enough for everybody to eat. Let me tell you something. I watch all of the YouTubers. Any black YouTuber that you could name right now that even do the same type of content that I do, or whatever the case may be, I watch all of them. And I watch all of them share the same story. So guess what? All of these people got a click. All of these people got a view, because everybody is watching everybody. It's not one person out there that's only subscribed to one YouTuber and only watching one YouTuber. We watch all of the YouTubers. Everybody watch all of the YouTubers. So it's no reason for people to be fucking fighting. For what? And then you sitting up here fighting with like celebrities, and it's like, come on now. You fighting with somebody because you mad because they didn't come on your show. How about do this? Continue to put in the work. Continue to show yourself like approve, like to show that, hey, you know what, I'm somebody that you could trust to come onto my show. So that way you ain't got to get mad at people because they don't want to come on your show, and now you want to drag them or whatever the case may be. No, because people got to understand that relationships and interactions with people, they have to be symbiotic relationships. everybody needs to be able to. I don't fool around with anybody that I can't benefit from. If it ain't beneficial, it's artificial. You hear me? So my thing is this: my interaction with you should benefit you, and your interaction with me should benefit me. We both should be able to benefit from each other, whatever. We should have a mutual beneficial relationship or whatever. If at that particular time that girl didn't want to come on your show because it's not beneficial to her, then you can't get mad at her for that. Continue to grind and put in that work. And now look, now you probably got people that's probably like, damn, you know what I'm saying, begging to come on the Tasha K show. The lady got a million views, a million subscribers. Who won't want to be on that bitch? You get what I'm saying? So guess what? Putting in that work, but then you got it this way, and now people ain't. Now some of the people that you could possibly have on there not gonna trust it. You get what I'm saying? So now only people that's gonna want to be on there is some people who are bottom feeders, ain't got nothing to lose, and just gonna continue the cycle of BS of putting out misinformation on people who have actually made it, and that's what's gonna keep the wheels turning. I wouldn't want nothing like that. You get what I'm saying? We ain't gotta do that. We gotta do better. Brandy say, especially when YouTube is global. Exactly. Sharia Moore, I hope I'm saying your name right, love. She said facts. Tasha K may have ruined her life over the call. She couldn't keep her mouth shut. That's true, and that's so unfortunate because the lady, she's a marketing genius. The lady is talented as fuck. I wouldn't take that away from her. Even if I have critique on anybody, and I really ain't even fond of the whole critiquing other YouTubers or whatever, it just so happens that, hey, a YouTuber end up in a situation with an actual celebrity. You get what I'm saying? So, and then, that's the type of stuff that we talk about. But I definitely watch, you know what I'm saying? And I watch other people as well, because if you're a damn fool if you're not watching the best, you know what I'm saying, at their craft or whatever, and learning some like tricks of the trade or whatever the case may be. But I just wish them all the best. I hate that it came to this. Like I said, I don't know how it's gonna look for YouTubers in the future if Cardi B were to win. I don't know. I don't know. I just wish everybody the best, but I'm gonna keep an eye on it. I thank y'all so much for tuning in with me tonight. Thank y'all for joining me for another episode of Death of the Asia You Can't Whoop Me edition. I got some story times coming up. Y'all check out the other story times, but I got some story times coming up that I'm gonna do. But make sure you like the video, share the video, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. I'm about to tune out. Y'all have a good one.
I hope you black men were paying attention. I hope you black men were paying attention.